Welcome back to more of this stupid, retarded bullshit and the watching show.
I will say I agree, especially on the welcoming part, both of them. But despite all that, every time we start getting into it, I'm enjoying it every time. I don't know if that's true for you. I'm not gonna put you on the spot. Doesn't sound like it, but that's okay because I'm all that matters. That's wrong. That's right, but it just didn't work. Here we go.
You got it so stiff suddenly. We all know what that means.
That's
Good
such
start.
a great opening dialogue. All right. Really? Why would I? It's nothing. I had a feeling that I won't be able to sit like that any longer. Animal instincts were clouding my mind. You think this is normal? What? Sitting like this.
What's wrong with this?
Seems like Slavia didn't really understand what she meant when she said stiff. Well, you are. Do you really not get it?
Well, I'm not really sure.
Her voice sounded cunning.
What do you think? That's like the 20th time she's asked that. What do you
God
think?
damn it.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do now? What do you think?
I bet you that will not be as prevalent with Ughhhh.
I bet it'll be worse with Ughhhh.
But remember
with Ughhhh?
Yeah, because she's just most snarky. Second most is Alyssa. And remember we were with Alyssa in the mines? And she actually did a lot of I don't knows. I was surprised at how much that was.
I feel like that's going to be all this stuff.
All of them,
Because
yeah.
guys like clueless girls. Maybe you shouldn't hold back.
Her words flashed through my head. She's giving her consent. Wait, so you're accusing her of not knowing what stiff meant, but now you're implying that she's giving consent.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We fucking banged.
Yeah, that sounds like that's what it's going to say. Something wonderful happened between us, something that I couldn't even dream of 6 days ago. Maybe here it is, the reason for me being in this camp.
That was amazing.
We blacked out. That was amazing. Blacking out, was that good for you too?
Yeah.
Yeah. For a while, we just lay close to each other.
It's getting chilly.
Do you think it skipped, what's the word, crude nude content right there?
Hentai? Yeah, I do.
You think so?
I know it did because when I
'cause
looked
you
up,
checked?
I looked up how to finish the endings or whatever, and then it said, "Here's all the pictures that you should get," and then that I saw it. So
You saw all of them or just this one?
I saw the one for the Slavia path because I
Okay,
was like,
all
okay, is there any more choices? This and how much longer is this episode gonna last? And so
Well,
I
it
looked
looks like
at it.
you're getting more of this game than I am, but that's okay. That's okay.
You could look it up if you wanted to. I'm sure it's online.
I could. I haven't because I guess I don't care enough. And also, even if I did, I would be spoiling it. And I'm not allowed to do that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't spoil what happened. It just spoiled the pictures. So.
Right. I unfolded the sleeping bag. We got inside together. Well, okay. Slavia rested her head on my shoulder.
Mind if I take a quick nap? I just feel so tired.
Sure, go ahead. Soon her breathing ceased. The wind quietly rustled the leaves on the trees around us. The grass was swaying next to us, and tiny bugs buzzed annoyingly overhead. Suddenly, I realized that this was the best place I have ever seen in my life. I just realized, why is me doing this voice seem wrong and weird? It's because it's the first time I'm reclining while doing it, and it just doesn't feel the same for some reason. It's very strange. It's like thinking that I fell asleep. Hold on. That's what I was going to do when he woke up. That wake up snore. I opened my eyes and saw the top of an oak roaring above. Now roar, please. A strong wind had risen, chilling me to the bone, like if an ant roared at you. That's basically what you just did.
A tree, yeah.
The full moon was staring right at me. Night has fallen. I couldn't really tell what time it was, but it didn't matter much. Slavia was still asleep. I tucked the sleeping bag around her cozily, got dressed, and headed to the lake. I was really thirsty, and there weren't any other options available. Besides, I don't think the water here is poisonous. We're not around Chernobyl or anything. At least I don't want to believe. I scooped up some water eagerly and dipped my face into my hands. The water tasted so good that it felt like a spring, not a lake. How do you think this is going to end, or do you know?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
I was like, where are we going now? Because it's kind of over, right?
Yeah, I did see one. I don't know if this is the case, but I saw a picture of. Well, maybe, I don't know if I should spoil it just in case it is what it is. Okay. So I might know, but I don't know for sure.
Okay. My reflection stared back at me, blurred in the water and touched by the moonlight. It seemed to be smiling. Weird, I didn't even notice. Overjoyed, I hid it back fully, intending to sleep till morning, and the twig snapped nearby. Is this the older guy version of me? Or is it not? I turned to see who had made the noise and saw someone behind a tree. Who's there? I called out, worried. Oh, is this The Voice?
There's no need to scream like that.
Oh, this is the Gandalf Saruman combo. I forgot.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is. It's gray. So here we go.
There's no need to scream like that.
The voice seemed familiar. Oh. Now I kind of feel like we should just do it for her. At least for a bit. Just let's humor ourselves. I came closer and saw Lena. What are you doing here?
Taking a walk.
No, you gotta be. It's Lena. Yeah.
All right. At this time, what? I can't? No, it's just strange. Strange. I leaned against the tree and pondered. She's definitely here for a reason. Besides, we barely made it here. You can't reach this lake on a walk. And even at night, Slavia sleeping a dozen steps away was in clear view. She doesn't seem like the peeping Tom type. Well, Jan and Alyssa are, so I don't know what she's doing here. And? What? Were you going to say anything? Am I supposed to? Up to you. I don't get what you're saying. Okay. Been here for a while? Well, not that long. How long is that? Not long. This dialogue just hooked me. It's so intense. All right, is that all? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. It's all their favorite thing to say.
They don't know anything.
It makes you want to never say I don't know to another person ever again. We stood silently a while longer. You should probably get back. Slavia will get cold. So you saw us bone? It was hard not to see. That's a new picture.
Oh, that's weird.
I guess that's her thing. If you think that, well, what am I supposed to think, huh? Seems as clear as day. I guess so. You're not going to say anything? What is there to say? That you boned? I guess we needed you after your show square. Words don't seem to be needed. There was no show. It's like I'm justifying myself to her. That's none of your business anyway. Exactly. It's your business. Just be careful. Watch out. What are you talking about? If everything comes to you so easily, you probably won't value it much. Bitch. I think she's insulting him. I don't get it. Well, like Slavia, bam, this time it's magical. And then you do another time and another, and then you get tired of it. Is she a hoe? What's she talking about? Maybe. Okay, that implies she's not. Lena paused. What am I saying? You need to cherish what you have, even if you don't put much effort into getting it, bitch. If you think I'm treating this like a game, you are totally wrong. I'm really confused.
I don't think that. I think you're just doing other endings and repeating this line.
Why don't you do my ending?
Yeah. That's literally what I think this is.
Maybe it is. Okay.
Like if we do Lena, I bet that Slavia will show up and then she'll be like, why don't you love me? Yeah, it's going to be stupid.
I wonder. I don't think that, but it's possible. Besides, how about staying out of things that are none of your business? I'm just giving you advice. She likes getting in that kind of business. I don't remember asking for it. Oh, there's a new one. I think you should pay more attention to what you're doing and playing it too so you don't feel like they torture your guts later on. Look, this is starting to sound like a threat, bitch. Oh, it really is. Well, maybe so, Lena said mysteriously. So,
her irises went from being massive to being super tiny.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Like, I'd get it if your pupils dilated and stuff, but her literal, like the green of her eyes, the irises, they just went completely and disappeared. Yeah, obviously that's animation, but
yeah, that's funny though. I kind of wish I could have seen it.
Yeah,
not now to be precise, but your next playthrough maybe. She added in a whisper. Lena turned and headed and took the music with her. I didn't stop her. She was almost gone from sight. I noticed something in her. I read that as in her bikini, in her hand blinking in the moonlight. What's that? It's a tracking beacon.
It's a gun.
I sighed and returned to Slavia. The warmth of her body kept me from the cold of the night. I was keeping Slavia warm as well. Nice. Consequences?
This is going to be day 8.
Oh,
right. Interesting. Day 7.
I think you're right about that. I think it just literally denotes the fact that you're on that path or have won the favor necessary to complete that branch ending. I woke up with the first rays of sun because of the cold. Obviously, the sleeping bag was warm and I hadn't had enough time to be covered with hoarfrost. But still, it was a novelty for me to spend the night in a forest. Carefully, in order to avoid waking up Slavia, I got out of the bag. The fresh morning air finally dispelled my drowsiness and the serenity of last night swept over me. That's a nice way of saying post, not clarity. I guess it was the happiest moment of my life. Intimacy, tenderness, love, passion, all the virtues of the Soviet Union. I looked at Slavia and she was beautiful. Her face was set in emotionless, expressionless, absolute tranquility and peacefulness, kind of like the face of the Glafsich Tower. I guess that's how angels sleep. As I had no wish to wake her up, I just sat down by her side and observed the way the morning began. Let me narrate what being alive is like for a while. Nature, the fresh dew, light wind, dancing tree leaves and patches of sunlight on the water used to be alien. On me yesterday, the concrete jungles of a huge city were only forest I'd known before. As if someone had told me that I could just sit and enjoy things like that despite the night's cool and annoying mosquitoes without computer or internet. I definitely wouldn't have believed them. Are you annoyed?
No.
Good morning.
I looked at Slavia. Morning. Did you sleep well?
Better than ever.
Me too. She reached out and kissed me. The kiss seemed everlasting, and I just dissolved
And you
in
just
her.
hear,
Wait. Yeah, but I dissolved in her. It sounds like a euphemism.
Having breakfast would be great.
Too late. I already dissolved. Slavia finally spoke, letting go of me.
I got something for you to eat.
Yeah, that's the implication.
These nuts.
These
And then
nuts.
it shows that he's collected nuts from the forest.
Yes, I love it. You take a euphemism and turn it into not. You do that several times
for breakfast.
Oh my gosh, that'd be a great bit to do.
Do you know what time it is now?
No, but I think it's still early.
I hope the canteen is already open. I'm so hungry.
Me too. We got our things and walked to the camp holding hands. Wow, there's a lot going on. Day 7 was boring last time, I think. The first time, like nothing, just kind of ended.
No, I think day 6 I think everybody went home, didn't they?
Day 7, I think, was the last day. But anyway, the last day I remember being just kind of, it's over now, and it was a very short day. But now that we have a girl thing, I think, so it's going to, a bunch is happening on day 7. Who knows? This could go on for a long time.
I don't know.
The canteen was in, I must have dropped my mouse and hit back. So there we go. The canteen was indeed open, and strangely, we were its first visitors. It wasn't a surprise that breakfast wasn't all that luxurious. Oatmeal, 2 eggs, dry bread, and watery tea.
We boned.
We boned. Yeah.
Everybody! Hey, attention. We fucked, you guys.
There's nobody in there, so I mean, like, you can do it, I guess, except the
Attention,
cafeteria.
everybody, everywhere.
You know, I never liked the local food.
Me neither, to tell you the truth.
I knew it. I knew she'd laugh.
Yes. But there's no choice, and it is quite good on an empty stomach.
That's right.
Unlike me, she was eating carefully, and I was dropping porridge on my shirt and spilling tea all over myself as usual.
Do you always eat like a freaking idiot?
I'm a slob, as you can tell by my personality. Anything wrong with that? I asked with a full mouth. Anything wrong with that? Oh, no, not always, but it happens when I'm really hungry. Of course, I can be more civilized. Well, I can try at least.
No worries. It's nothing. It bothers me a lot. And I will discover that over time.
It's nothing, and it bothers me a lot.
Yeah.
And I'll discover that more over time. It's pretty funny. So we finished breakfast and went to the exit. No. Oh, she's far away. No sooner
interesting.
had I noticed that we were still the only people in the canteen that Olga Dmitriev appeared on the threshold. I wonder if the word will get to her, because it's kind of funny that Slavia like stood up for it all and then just boned you right away.
I know.
It's kind of funny.
Oh, it's you. Well, I won't ask where you spent the night. So, is it?
I can't believe there was.
Is it good?
Was it good?
Like she doesn't know.
Good morning to you two, Olga Dmitrievna.
Slavia said with a bright post-nut smile.
Yes, morning. Okay. Don't forget to pack your things.
We won't.
What
What did you say again?
Yeah.
What?
What did you tell us to do? I forgot.
What does she mean? Some hike again? I asked Slavia when we left the canteen.
Nope.
Thank you.
Today is the last day. Have you forgotten?
Oh, this is the main menu music. Last day of what?
Let's do the term.
To say her words struck me dumb was an understatement. Oh, why?
Why is it a surprise? Didn't you know? It was announced during the lineup.
But even at those lineups which I attended, I was just sleeping on my feet. No.
Now you know.
Slavia smiled naturally. And what should I do? Her words stirred a mess of emotions inside me. On one hand, I'll get out this cursed camp at last. I might get some answers. On the other, I have just found something very important to me, and now I have to let it go.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Please stop reading my thoughts. When's the departure?
In the evening at 5 or 6 o'clock.
Well, still a lot of time.
Yes, but I have some things to do. And I should find Zhenya. She might be worried since I was absent for the whole night. Boning!
Yeah. Oh, well, she's like the opposite of shy about it.
Right.
Oh, well, worrying is so much like her.
See you at lunch.
Slavia gave me a kiss on the cheek and ran away. I kept standing at the canteen's entrance. I had absolutely nothing to do, no one to do. So the only thing to do was to wander around the camp till evening and think. I would get anything to be able to empty my head for these 10 hours. Huh, that's a long time. A voice pulled me out of my trance. I was like,
Hello.
electronics to before me, as you merry as usual.
You too. He
I
said
report-
hello. You too. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Hello. Hello to you too. Yeah. You know the whole camp is talking about you.
And what you did. I guess I know why.
So you did it already?
I see he's winking.
Yeah,
He literally is. You really think that concerns you, little bitch?
Well, no, I just.
Then keep quiet. Leaving him alone with his speculations, I walked to the square. Why does he behave in a way that drives everyone mad? Although it's probably just me he maddens. Yeah. Oh, my ass. Well, this is weird. I was completely immersed in my thoughts, not looking around. I didn't notice Miku until she bumped into me. Oh, sorry, I should be more careful. I was lost in thought. Didn't notice you. You know what happens. How and hi. I looked through her and kept walking. Slammed the door in her face out in the open field. Oh, man. Oh, Sammy, wait a second. What's up with Slavia? Tell me. It's so interesting. It seems like everyone in the whole camp except me knows about it. No, not that I'm curious, but since everything, I'm all curious. Saying that she is not curious is like denying a universal truth. Nothing special. That's right. I said it. She's nothing special. Well, if you don't want to. I tried to isolate myself from the outside irritation so Miku's other words passed by. Oh, I think I literally did it again.
Ignored her?
Yeah, just as she wanted to talk. Just gone. Man, I feel freaking bad.
Nah.
The square scenery was soon replaced by the beach. Luckily, a juvenile gem of the Soviet pop scene wasn't around. What's that reference to? No idea. I took a place on the sand and started gazing at the river. Why on earth is the whole camp so interested in my relationship with Slavia? In my world, no one would have said a word, at least not out loud. At least you don't hear the things they say behind your back. For now, I was ready to endure gossip just as long as I don't have to report to everyone about my private life. The sun was rising higher and higher, and I was nodding off. My eyes were already closed when I suddenly heard someone sitting down next to me. What do you want? It was Alyssa.
Congratulations.
I think I know exactly what she means. Meaning?
Don't you know?
Yeah, it doesn't take an Einstein to work it out. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of this. Everyone here just has to mention it.
It's my plight to have boned her. It's my plight.
It's the worst thing.
And what did you expect? It's out of the ordinary for the camp. I would even say it's exceptional.
She laughed.
And to show up the camp leader just like that, even Juliana couldn't manage it. Me neither, probably.
I didn't know how to respond to that, or whether it was compliment or mockery. You know, you're making too big a deal out of it. It's just boning. There's nothing unusual for me. Yeah, it's just all the time.
I'm always taking advantage of women.
Moreover, I don't understand why you have to poke your nose into my life. Don't you think it's just my personal business and nobody else's?
Maybe so, maybe so.
Alyssa said mysteriously. We sat for a while. I wanted her to leave as soon as possible, but Alyssa was watching the pioneers on the beach. I thought it was empty, and it didn't seem that she was planning to go anywhere.
So what are you gonna do next?
What are you talking about?
Today's the last day.
Yeah, so what?
Everyone will leave.
So?
And Slavia will leave too.
And you will leave too, so?
You'll break up.
I know that already, thank you. Obviously.
And what do you think about that?
What should I think? I can't stay here forever.
Of course you can. But what, will you just let her go like that?
No. I mean, what can I do? Frankly speaking, I had really no idea what to do next. My head was a complete mess. I'll be able to get out of here. That was the most important thing for me during the last week. And now I have to answer a much more difficult question. How did summer romances end for common Soviet teenagers? And my romance was a summer one for sure.
An endless summer one.
I love this sequel, Endless Fall.
Yeah. Endless winter.
Yes.
Always Christmas, or always winter, never Christmas. Like from
Endless
Narnia.
Summer, Ceaseless Fall, never, always winter is what it's called. Always winter.
And ceaseless spring.
Oh, I said Ceaseless Fall, but Ceaseless Spring does sound better.
Well,
But yeah, they all go like that. But what happens when you go around the horn?
unending fall.
No, when you get back to summer again, what's the fifth game called?
Everlasting. It's always everlasting summer. What's funny about it is that
it's called Everlasting Summer 2.
Well,
even though it's the fifth game.
right. The fact that what's so funny is the fact that the word everlasting means it shouldn't ever end. But then it obviously ends if there's another season, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So like everlasting fall is already a funny joke by itself because it's like, oh nope, summer was not everlasting.
No, right, yeah. They just went home. That was it. They could live thousands of kilometers away from each other. In my case, in different worlds. It's not like one can come up with a decent solution for such a problem in a couple hours.
Like I know, it's up to you to decide.
Alyssa grinned, stood up, and ran to the river. All right, good talk. There was only about half an hour to lunch, so I slowly walked to the
Wonder
canteen.
if you'll see Ughhhh.
What about it?
You're just going to because you're going to see all the people.
I gotta
before
see
the end
all
of
of them.
the day.
That's right, yeah. Pioneers hadn't managed to occupy all the free tables, so I was able to choose quite a good place, but to my regret, not my favorite one in the corner. I was just about to start eating when somebody abruptly pulled out the chair at the table near me and took a seat. I'm gonna guess Ughhhh.
Ughhhh.
Yeah.
Hi there, how are you?
It was Ughhhh, an extraordinary polite version of her. I was fine until now. I
Jeez.
sneered.
Oh, come on. Big, tell me, what are you going to do?
Eat, I sighed.
I'm not talking about that. The session's over. You and Slavia are going to parts. What's next?
It's like my future is the priority issue for all the local residents. Hey, what really is the matter?
Just curious.
Curious about what? I didn't ask you what you're going to do tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, or in a month. Why do you have to get into someone else's life?
I'm just feeling like torturing people.
Ah, that sounds like her. Liliana said offended.
I'm not really good at all that stuff.
True enough, you're still a kid.
So you got to explain since you're the adult here.
What should I explain?
So you're going to stay in touch through letters, right? And you can go to this camp next summer together?
Talking through letters sounds so wild to me, and I don't mean the idea of paper sheets and envelopes. I mean the possibility of losing Slavia for a year, probably even longer.
So what? May I join you?
I raised my eyes and saw Slavia standing near me with a food tray.
It's can't to go.
Along, I jumped and dashed off to a far corner of the canteen.
Fuck her, am I right? What are you talking about?
You know, her. What could we possibly be talking about? Took care of your business.
Yeah, no, I'm completely free. I can help you pack your stuff.
It's not like I've got. I'm not much to pack.
But then you can help me with my stuff.
You just said you were done. That was the perfect opportunity for a quiet talk with her, although I had not the slightest idea of what I should talk about. It's been a long day. Soon enough, we finished our meal and headed to Slavia's cabin.
This is the first time you've been in here, I think. Look at the freaking shirt that's flat on the bed and the triangle
I was
pillow.
going to say, I think I would have remembered the triangle pillow. That one stuck out to me right away. Everything in it was clean and neat, unlike in Olga Dmitrievna's cabin, which is kind of ironic.
I'm not sure what I should start with.
She took out her travel bag and started to rummage through a cabinet. Meanwhile, I sat on the bed and started to gather my thoughts. Do you have any plans for after the camp? What are you going to do?
Well, you know,
She raised her eyes to mine and gave me a smile.
I'll go back to
I
school.
think, was that saying I'm going to do you? I don't know.
I'll go back to school.
Yeah.
And you?
What about me? It's not like I'm really considering going to high school for a second time. Me? Well, me too, I guess. Although I don't really feel like going back to my city. Seriously speaking, even if I felt like going back, I had nowhere to go anyway.
Why?
Just because there's nothing to do there. Nothing at all. And there's no one waiting for me there.
But your parents.
My parents! Well, you know, they're not right there right now.
But where are they then?
They're sort of working abroad.
Oh, so you're one lucky guy.
She smiled merrily. Why?
They send you foreign stuff and all.
I wouldn't call my situation lucky as such. Well, anyway,
Don't be upset.
she really looks like she doesn't understand what I'm saying. I'm not upset about it. And it was true.
Then what's up?
Many things.
For example.
Well, for example, I was about to begin a vast outburst about my situation and my wish to not have to part with Slavia, but the door was flung open and a bang, and Zhenya entered.
There you are.
Yes, we're packing.
I see. It's not good. It's a good thing I didn't come 10 minutes later. I would have disturbed your packing.
Slavia blushed and kept on stuffing her things inside the bag anxiously. Hey, that's new.
Kind of like how he stuffed you
Yes.
last night. What's up, clever boy?
That form of the dress gave me the creeps.
What is that picture of her? She hasn't done that yet.
It's new.
Zhenya.
What?
Nothing.
She stared at me intently for some time.
Watch it now. More than just yourself. Depends on your choices.
I didn't reply, and those words, Zhenya left. With those words, Zhenya left the cabin. Come
What
on,
did
Mouse.
she mean?
Come on. I think you can never know for sure.
And yet,
Well, I wanted to talk to you about it myself. I think I was on at the start, but then
about what?
Slavia looked at me carefully. It's just today we're leaving, right?
Right.
And then we'll move back to our cities,
Well, yeah.
and then will I see you again? Slavia grew thoughtful.
I don't
She
know.
looks angry. I thought she was
Yeah.
gonna say.
I don't know.
I thought she was gonna say no. Like we will not see each other again.
Yeah.
And I don't know either.
But you could write me letters.
She smiled, but her smile didn't bring me peace of mind. Yes, of course, but you know that's not the same as boating.
What is it then?
Can I go with you? I decided to take my chance and speak plainly.
And what will you do there?
Slavia seemed not to be surprised, but a bit vexed.
Studying my parents? And what will people say?
I wasn't thinking about the opinions of other people, and to be honest, they didn't worry me much. Well, we can always find a way.
What way?
We'll think of something.
Simeon, we are too young for this.
In fact, I'm not. So what?
Maybe after some time.
How much time do you need? A year? 2 years? 5?
You say it as if I don't know.
She seemed confused. So everything that happened here is just a holiday romance? I started getting angry.
Fuck you.
No, of course not. Just,
What?
I'm not ready to discuss it right now. Let's talk about it later.
When later? We only have a couple hours left of departure. Slavia said nothing could do to pack her things. I'd expect almost any kind of reaction from her, but not this. In fact, she just pushed my ass away. Turns out she doesn't need to continue our relationship. So, I'm not that important to her. You think it's only complicated for you?
It seems to me that it's hard for you to, but for some reason you don't think so.
And what if I told you that I don't have a place to go back to? Since last Monday, there is no more life for me, and I have to start from scratch.
I don't know. Doesn't sound very reasonable.
And it shouldn't, but it's true.
And then what? Please explain.
I came to this camp by accident. Actually, I'm from another time, perhaps from another world, from the beginning of the 21st century, and I'm older than I seem. I don't really know how I got here. Slavia stared at me but said nothing. The moments dragged on endlessly. I waited for her to laugh at me, to call me sick or something even worse.
Haha, you're sick and worse. And why are you telling me all this?
She finally asked quietly. I want you to understand my situation.
But it just sounds stupid.
Of course. If I were you, I'd react the same way.
And what do you expect from me?
I don't know. Just felt I needed to confess.
I'm not saying that you're lying, and I don't think you're crazy, but you have to understand I can't just accept it.
Yes, I understand. I just thought it would help you to understand my situation and my motivation for my actions.
It didn't, to be honest.
I sighed in frustration.
And my opinion hasn't changed. You better be off. You need to pack your stuff or you'll be late.
There's...
Let's talk later.
I wasn't going to argue. She's a cold bitch. If Slavia hasn't changed her mind after my confession, then it's pointless to press on right now. Distressed, I shuffled off to Olga Dmitrievna's cabin. The camp leader stood at the doorstep and looked like she was waiting for me. Not big surprise.
Why are you so gloomy? Did something happen?
No, nothing. Just came to pack my things.
Oh, come on. Let it out. You might feel better.
Well, how do you think I can prove that I'm telling the truth to somebody who doesn't believe me?
Are you absolutely sure that you're telling the truth?
Absolutely.
Then perhaps they might just need time to consider.
Except there's no time left.
Then I don't know.
She shrugged her shoulders in dismay. Well, it's something at least. I tossed my winter clothing into a bag and headed to the bus stop. Yeah, buddy, what's gonna happen at the end? If a couple of days ago I'd seen the Icarus standing at the gate of the camp and waiting for pioneers, I would have been the happiest person in this reality. But right now I wasn't in the mood to rejoice. There was still plenty of time left until the bus departure time. I sat down the curb and buried my head in
Why
my
is
hands.
curb spelled like that?
Because it's freaking not your English American. They had some British spellings too, like color. And
Is that how they spell curb in Britain?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
But I think it's just midday, and the bus doesn't leave till evening, so I think there's actually quite a while left in the day. What do you want to do? Because we're half an hour. We could run this long and try to end it, or we can just inevitably cut it, and it's the next day. Who knows how long it's going to last? But we have another playthrough to do after that. I think we probably should just stop.
Okay.
Dang,
I won't disagree because I just don't know when it's going to
It just
end.
keeps going, and I'm not like, how do I say this? I want it both ways. I kind of want to just get to the end, but I'm also glad there's more content.
Okay.
So it's kind of
Good.
good for me, but is it good for you too?
Is it good for you?
Yeah.
No.
No. All right.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
All right.
It's like, my gosh, it's just all so long,
It's a lot more than I thought. A lot more.
Yep.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. You will see us next time, and that's how it is.